Hey ladies, today is Sunday, March 22nd, 2020, and it is apparently the end of the world. We are in the midst of the coronavirus. I'm in New York, so I don't know if you've been following the news or watching the headlines, but New York is now the epicenter with, as I speak, I don't know how many cases, but over 11,000, probably over 12. Very little testing is going on. There are a few testing sites and centers in the area, but you cannot get in them. You cannot get in them usually without an appointment, which you can't get unless you're exhibiting several symptoms of the virus. And this whole thing is just unreal. It's like a horror movie. I am a big horror movie fan, so I've seen Contagion and other movies very similar to it. If you have not seen Contagion, I do not recommend watching it in the midst of this. But when this is all over and we're all safe and sound, it's a great movie, so you really should check it out. But right now, it might scare the heck out of you because it is life imitating art, really. And Italy, my God, I pray for Italy. I feel so much for Italy because the last I heard yesterday, they had over 700, close to 800 people die within 24 hours. So it's just unreal. And when I look back at these videos, or whomever looks back at these videos, hopefully later, this would just seem like, are you kidding me? Because what is going on with this coronavirus is unreal. And the worst part is that no one was prepared. The government, despite seeing it happen in China, seeing what happened in Italy, was completely unprepared, whether that is the federal government, state government, local governments. I think none of them have done a great job personally. And so that's my personal opinion on it. If you look on the federal level, it's just there's no tests. There's no tests. Like, you really can't get a test. They keep telling you get tests. There are tests available. There are not enough tests out there, and only connections or the very ill can get tested. Yeah, it's really hard to get a test. So the bottom line is, please don't get sick. And if you do get sick, hopefully it's a mild version of it and you can take care of it at home. I'm hoping, as most people are doing. A lot of people are just, because there's no treatment for this, so a lot of people are just staying at home, and if they're ill, they are recovering at home. But for those that become seriously ill and need to be in the hospital, that is where the problem lies, which is ultimately people with underlying health conditions and the elderly. Now, I don't know if you recall some of my pregnancy videos, and I was talking about having asthma, and I do have asthma, so I unfortunately have underlying respiratory condition, which would put me at risk if I were to become infected. So I'm just hoping I don't. I'm trying to, follow whatever protocols we need to follow. I haven't been out the house in a week, so my job is, as most jobs, I believe, has implemented working from home. And so for the last week, I have been working from home. And it's crazy because, as you may already know, also, I just came back from maternity leave on February 18th. I went back to work, and less than a month later, this whole thing blew up, and we had implemented working from home. And when I was dealing with going back to work, and I was so upset and crying because I wanted to stay home with my baby, and all I wanted was a work from home job, to be honest. I was just like, oh, I wish I could work from home. I wish I could work from home. I was looking around trying to find work from home jobs, work from home attorney jobs, work from home any jobs I was looking for, to be honest with you, because I was dealing with how tough it was to go back to work. However, I never thought that this is how I was going to go work from home job. And although I love the fact that I get to be home with her, Jesus, this is scary. It is very scary. And I'm like, next time I ask for something, I'm going to be way more detailed, because I'm like, thank you, God, for the work from home ability, but I didn't mean for it to come like this. So, yeah, so I don't know what to tell people. It's also, crazily enough, it's also still like cold season, and it's now allergy season, and people probably still out there getting the flu, because I think flu season ends in March, or like the worst of it. And all of these things. And then there's the freaking coronavirus out there killing people. So, there are many people who still think it's not real and that is a hoax or that is not as bad as it actually is. But I say to those people, when the NBA, in every other MLB, every other major sports for the most part, have been willing to shut down seasons to lose millions, billions of dollars, when you see so many companies closing down, losing so much money, it's not a hoax because the money is all that anyone ever cares about. No one cares about lives. They care about money. That's why it took so long for everything to get done. That's why they didn't close the beaches off on spring break for, way longer than they should have, because spring break brings a lot of money. That's why there was still Mardi Gras in New Orleans, because it brings in a lot of money. That's why New York didn't shut down for a while despite the craziness, because New York City brings in a lot of money. So people don't shut down things lightly that are money based, So when the money is being lost, that this is not fake. And there's lots of other examples, but this is not fake, okay? Tell that to Italy. Tell that to other countries. I mean, China, who claims they have it under control now, went through a lot of pain before they got it under control. And they went a lot further than we are going. Those totalitarian societies like China, they basically got to a point where people weren't allowed to leave their house, and without really heavily restrictions, they were really heavily restricted with leaving their house. So we haven't even gone that far. Both New York and New Jersey have issued some sort of stay-at-home orders as of today. But with that said, they both and a lot of other states have them, but they both let a lot of stores stay open. Like Baba Baby's still open because they sell formula and baby supplies, and the liquor store is still open. And in New Jersey, maybe also in New York, I don't know, but home repair places, lots of convenience stores. And I understand these are places that people still will need to frequent, because God forbid something goes wrong with your home in the midst of this, you may need a home repair place. But the point is that a lot of those places weren't open in China and in Italy. The only things open in Italy are banks, pharmacies, and food supermarkets. I don't even know if restaurants are open, even if they deliver. I think it's just banks, pharmacies, and supermarkets, and they still can't get it under control. So we have a lot more stores that are still open. So, I'm just praying that we can all get through this, without too much pain, and, families not, I don't know, because families are already affected. So I don't even know what to say, but, and who knows how long this is going to last. And I know we're all giving up a lot of things because we're all staying in a house, and we're all giving up a lot of things, like, birthday parties for us to have young babies, like your first birthday and first Easter and first Mother's Day, because no churches are supposed to be open, and no Mother's Day brunches. And you can have it at home, assuming you can get, supplies to make brunch, and lots of things. And these aren't really important things. They're important from a sentimental reason, but at the end of the day, your life is more important. And I know, God willing, we'll all be here next year, and we can do it next year. And hopefully this will be better, this will hopefully be better. And this new normal that we'll be living in, where I'm sure people won't be hugging and handshaking and stuff for a while. We are in the midst of a new normal. But maybe that's a good thing, in some ways. I don't know what all the positives are to come out of this, but I assume there will be some. There has to be. For us individually, we are all working from home. So me and my husband, and for the last week, we've been working from home, and we had the nanny coming in to deal with Michaela, because it is very hard to actually work. I have an infant. And so we had the nanny coming in, but, as of Saturday, the governor, did implement a stay at home order essentially, and we decided that it was best for everyone involved. And we were already thinking this, that the nanny could possibly be a risk, right? Because we don't know what's going on in her life. We like that Michaela loves her, and overall she's good, and we were satisfied. But we don't know what's going on. She has a husband, she has a 19-year-old son, and no telling where, even if she was just going to our house and going home, there's no telling who she was exposing herself to or whether she was following all the protocols. So we just thought it was best to probably just ride this out. And with that stay-at-home order being implemented, I called her and tried to be very light about it. And she said she completely understood. And maybe she felt like she wanted to stay home, but she never said anything. But we just said we didn't think it was fair to her to have her to continually come out her house and risk any sort of exposure to take care of Michaela. But once this is over, we hope that she'll return. And she said no. She was fine with it, and that she'd return. And that's the best we can do right now, because at the end of the day, it's silly to quarantine yourself and let a potential risk in the door every day. And that's what she was to us, even though she was helping. That's what she was. And so right now we're going to have to learn how to live life working at home and taking care of Michaela. And it should be fine, because to be honest, a lot of jobs are slowing down. I haven't noticed that yet at my job, but hopefully that will be the case, that they will slow down. And this will be, we look back on it as a scary yet a great time where I got to hopefully spend more time with her. Hopefully I won't miss her first word now and her first steps, which, if you recall, just a few short weeks ago, I was talking about how I would hate to miss her first word, her first step, and all her other firsts, but hopefully I won't. So I'm trying to look at the positives of what can come out of this. There's so many negatives, and I'm just hoping that there can be some positives. We're not really leaving the house if we can avoid it. We're trying to get everything delivered, which is hard because there is not a lot of everything out there. People have stocked up, and this was not my first time purchasing. I had purchased before. I did a purchase 3 weeks ago, right before the stuff hit the fan, and not knowing that things were going to be this crazy. And then I tried to do another big food and supply shop, ordered, and like most of the stuff didn't come because there's like nothing left. And although I hear that stores are supposed to restock, I'm like, you can't tell by me, because stores just appear to be bare. But hopefully that will change. And hopefully everyone will get what they need to get without it being too crazy out there, because I don't even think what it could become. I mean, we're all preoccupied with our own situations now, of course, and we all want to be safe and have our families be safe. And then I'm thinking about silly things like, I won't be able to get my eyebrows threaded. I need to start tweezing, I guess. I got them threaded. Silly me, I got them threaded literally 2 weeks ago in the midst of this. I wore a mask to get them threaded. And I'm thinking I'm going to have to tweeze to keep them up, because I'm definitely not going to be able to get them threaded. So silly little things that in the scheme of life really don't matter. But, getting your hair done and your nails or whatever you do, unless you can do it at home, it's funny, because these are the things that we're going to all miss for a while, in addition to, going outside. But I personally do not have a problem working from home. I like it. I know a lot of people don't like it for whatever reasons, but I do like that part. But I have not had to actually work from home and take care of the baby, because all of last week I had the nanny. So this coming tomorrow will be my first day attempting to work and parent. So we'll see how it goes. But I just want to wish everyone, please be safe. I hope to continue to update you guys. Not much going on, but more of me just sounding and venting on life. But stay safe, please. Whatever you got to do, keep your elderly safe, because that's, if you look at Italy, so many elderly people. And it's not just elderly, so please don't think this is an elderly disease. It is not. Younger people are also very at risk. Do not think because you're younger, you're immune. You are not. But so many elderly people are passing away, and younger people are dying as well. But in Italy, so many of the people who have passed away have been older, and it's just, I feel for them because those people are loved. That's somebody's great grand, whatever. So, mommy, daddy, whatever. It's somebody's something, and they're, it's scary. And we are unprepared. We don't have enough anything, whether it's supplies as far as foods, paper towels, whether it's tests, whether it's masks, hospital gowns, gloves, whatever. We have just been unprepared as a country. And the reality is we are at war, and our soldiers aren't wearing guns. Our soldiers are carrying mops and buckets because they're the janitors. They're the people at the supermarket who's staying open, the pharmacies, and all these essential workers. They are our doctors. They are our nurses. They are our healthcare workers. Those are our soldiers, and you wouldn't send a soldier to the front line without bullets. So we got to make sure they have everything they need to do their jobs and to do it safely. So when this is over, those are our soldiers. Those are the people who saved you, not the CEOs, not the money makers. Well, I mean, doctors do all right, but not the, not the Wall Street. I mean, not that they've ever saved anybody, but the soldiers, our soldiers for this war are our doctors, our cleaning people, our, mopping bucket people. Like, those are our soldiers. So, keep that in mind. Stay home, stay safe. So that I really hope that people are taking it seriously, because when you don't take it seriously, you are endangering someone else. And that's it for my public service announcements. But I hope to talk more about Michaela and motherhood, which is really what I talk about here. But the world is just changing, and I hope to see you on the other side. Talk to you soon.